Tonight on Cronkite News, two fraternity brothers turned NIL agents are changing the game for athletes in the NIL era.
Plus, the Arizona State baseball team is excited to begin play in a new conference. We have a preview of what's in store for the players and coaches this upcoming season.
And one university is taking sustainability to the next level by introducing a new requirement for incoming students. Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News. I'm Lauren Avenatti.
And I'm Ryan Posesnik. Thank you for joining us.
It did not take long for Suns rookie Ryan Dunn to shine in this preseason, and he has done so with his surprising prolific three-point shooting.
That's right, Lauren. The Suns have been pleasantly surprised by the rookie's long-distance shooting success. Dunn was drafted by the Suns in the first round to be a defensive specialist, but offensive production would be a cherry on top. Dunn was not known for a three-point shooting in college, but so far this NBA preseason has shot a whopping 44% on three from nearly 7 attempts a game, including nailing 6 of his 11 threes in the previous preseason game against the Denver Nuggets. Veteran Devin Booker thinks Dunn's shooting is the real deal.
I think college is, a tough assessment to judge a shooter. I usually look at form and mechanics, and everything looks there. So it's not surprising me. Hopefully he can keep it up. You know how it is rookie year. It's a long season, so not getting discouraged if you miss a few. We need him shooting those shots.
Even though the Mercury season is over, the Valley's own Kalia Copper has been recognized for her talents, being selected to the All-WNBA second team. This is the Mercury Guard's first selection to any team after averaging 21 points. Although the season didn't end in the Mercury's favor, Copper's elite play did not go unrecognized.
The WNBA Finals are nearing a close, with the New York Liberty one game away from securing their first ever championship in team history. It's a bittersweet feeling for Mercury fans knowing a familiar face is at the helm. The former Coach of the Year won a title with the Phoenix Mercury exactly 10 years ago. Sandy Brondello departed from Phoenix in late 2021. Now, a decade later, she has a chance to be victorious in the city that never sleeps.
It's October, and that means fall ball has begun for ASU baseball. Head coach Willie Bloomquist and several players and coaches recently spoke to the media about the upcoming season as the Sun Devils navigate the Big 12 Conference for the very first time. Jason Goldie was at Phoenix Municipal Stadium to capture their expectations for 2025.
Fall ball is underway for ASU baseball as they prepare for their first season in a brand new conference, the Big 12. Along with the new conference, there are also a number of new coaches and players that are looking to make an impact this season.
It'll be an adjustment, I think. Still the same game. Still got to pitch it, catch it, throw it, hit it. Those type of things will always obviously remain consistent. But I think getting to know the style of baseball that certain programs run, that'll be the adjustment.
Bloomquist explained that in the Pac-12 conference, the coaches and players were already familiar with what certain teams like to do, and they could prepare for that for each upcoming game. However, in a new conference, the strategy changes.
This will kind of be a little bit brand new. It'll be new for us, so we'll really have to utilize the scouting tools that we have and those type of things going into each series and try to have an idea of the brand of baseball that those certain programs like to play and try to defend it accordingly.
Among some of the new teams ASU will be facing are the reigning Big 12 champion Oklahoma State and regional finalists Kansas State, West Virginia, and UCF. ASU will still face the reigning Pac-12 champion and Territorial Cup rival Arizona, so competition in the new Big 12 will be stiff.
I'm definitely excited to go back to Texas. I think we play TCU, maybe Baylor, Houston, and Texas Tech. I'm super excited to go down there and play them. But this conference is jam-packed with good teams.
Cave Creek native Derek Schaefer, who played with Tennessee last year when they won the national championship, had good things to say about his new teammates.
I really like our roster, even compared to last year, I'd say for me, not to look back, but I like our roster a lot more than I've really ever liked any roster in competitive baseball. I'm just super confident with my boys.
It definitely promises to be an exciting season of changes for ASU baseball. In Phoenix, Jason Goldie, Cronkite News.
Admission is free for ASU fall ball games so fans can experience the anticipation for themselves.
Continuing down the Sun Devil sports timeline, switching to the volleyball court, the Sun Devils have been elite. Arizona State's volleyball team is currently 17-2. They are on a 5-match win streak and are undefeated at home. The Sun Devils dominated Houston on Wednesday in their cancer awareness game, earning their 12th sweep of the season. Tomorrow night, they face Colorado in a home matchup at Mullet Arena.
As student athletes gain the right to profit from their name, image, and likeness, the landscape of college sports has undergone a remarkable transformation in recent years. 2
Arizona State alumni recognize this shift as the perfect opportunity to empower athletes in monetizing their personal brands. Cronkite sports reporter Marco Radici-Moros has more on how the ASU alums are making waves in the sports agency world.
With the NCAA's NIL policy coming into effect 3 years ago, 2 Arizona State alums are pioneering the new age of college athlete representation. They cooked up the idea while in the same fraternity.
Back in college, me and Ben, linked up, got together, used our connections. His dad was NFL agent, NFL lawyer, for 30 years, so he had a great expertise in the space. And I had a few connections inside of Arizona State with the players.
The agency named Young Buck Management dedicates itself to providing comprehensive support for its clients. Rather than simply focusing on enhancing athletes' personal brands, they prioritize their overall well-being and success in every aspect of their lives.
We really take pride in kind of honoring our clients as family and really, looking out for them, whether it's mental health or, anytime there's an injury, we'll check in on them with that. We protect them from a legal side as well. A lot of agencies just coming in here trying to take their money. We'll set them up with nice lawyers and financial advisors and all that to kind of make sure they're taken care of off the field.
A lot coming at them with school and everything going on. It's really just kind of having our hand on their back and not in their pockets that, navigate this landscape throughout.
Young Buck Management showcases an impressive roster, including Penn State's Keziah Izzard, Arizona State running back Cameron Scadaboo, and defensive lineman Justin Watley. Watley emphasizes that the Young Buck team truly feels like family.
I'm a long way from home, so being able to have guys that you're comfortable around, that you can trust to work with you and work for you, man, is a blessing.
With Young Buck Management boasting multiple signees who regularly grace the hallowed turf here at Mountain America Stadium, the question remains, what sort of player profile would they be targeting in the future?
We're really open to a lot of possibilities, but we want to have the best of the best because we think we're the best of the best.
With a diverse roster of talented athletes and a commitment to strong support, Young Buck Management is trying to redefine player representation. In Tempe, Marco Radici-Moros for Cronkite News.
We'll be watching closely as the ASU alumni continue to build their NIL empire.
Coming up next, girls flag football is heating up here in the desert.
After the break, we introduce you to Cardinals Offensive Player of the Year and USA Football Squad member Samaya Taylor-Jenkins. We have more about the Hamilton High School junior who is dominating her competition on the field.
Plus, could cool weather finally be on the horizon for Arizona? We'll have your full forecast after the break.
Coming up on the cut.
Coming up on the cut.
Coming up on the cut.
How students can build their broadcast journalism portfolio with opportunities to learn more about on-air reporting and studio production.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram at @thecut_network and on X at @CutASU.
3, 2, 1. Cronkite News. Get real professional experience in areas such as reporting, broadcast editing, and behind-the-scenes production, such as technical director and audio.
Kill the mics.
Or go out in the field and cover important local stories.
Learn and master the English language.
In a fun, welcoming atmosphere, Cronkite News. The future starts now.
The girls' flag football team at Hamilton High School is currently number 2 in the state, shutting out 5 opponents this year already.
I went to Chandler to find out more about their secret to success. Hamilton High School has been absolutely dominating the girls' flag football scene in Arizona. The undefeated Huskies are currently number 2 in the state according to Max Preps and show no signs of stopping. The player that has been central to this success is junior Samaya Taylor-Jenkins.
It's always a security to have what you know is one of the best players, if not the best player in the country. Because she can make up for a lot of the mistakes that other players might make.
Taylor-Jenkins is currently leading in total points and receiving yards in the 6A Premier section. Not only is she leading on the gridiron, but off of it as well, providing leadership and guidance to her teammates.
You couldn't ask for much more out of her as a leader. She gets the team hyped up. She keeps us in line when we need it. And to have someone on the team like that, that's like a coach on the field, and just that type of leader, it's just so awesome.
She takes on a leadership role to where she now can make the players around her better. And it's great to be an individually talented star, but to actually want to make every one of your teammates a better player is what makes a great team.
This past offseason wasn't necessarily off for Taylor-Jenkins. She was selected to represent Team USA on the USA Football National Team and was awarded the Offensive Player of the Year by the Arizona Cardinals, being recognized at State Farm Stadium for her accomplishments. She has also been receiving offers from colleges to play at the collegiate level.
I didn't really think I'd be playing in college for flag football ever until last year, 2 years ago. And so just knowing colleges are even looking at me is just really cool.
Girls flag football has grown exponentially over the last 2 years, not just in Arizona, but on a worldwide stage, with it now being an official Olympic sport for the Summer Olympics in Los Angeles in 2028.
I didn't ever think I'd be in the Olympics either. This is happening really fast. 2 years ago, I was playing against the same 30 teams. It was nothing for real. To have the opportunity to might be in the Olympics is just kind of crazy.
While a state championship is her focus for now, Taylor-Jenkins' future may just include an Olympic medal. You can catch Samaya and the rest of her squad tonight at Hamilton in their matchup against Brown at 6 p.m.
The NFL is known to be a next man up league. Sometimes this applies to injuries and sometimes it applies to major roster changes. The Jets, Bills, and Cardinals have all made roster changes with hopes of improving their seasons. Davante Adams has joined the New York Jets and will be reunited with Aaron Rodgers. The Raiders received a 2025 conditional third-round pick for the receiver who has amassed more than 1,000 receiving yards over the past 4 seasons. The Buffalo Bills added a true number 1 receiver in Amari Cooper. The Bills traded 2 draft picks to the Cleveland Browns in exchange for Cooper and a 6th-round pick. And the Cardinals signed kicker Chad Ryland to the active roster from the practice squad. Ryland is filling in for the injured Matt Prater.
Turning now to the weather, is it finally set to cool down in the valley?
Marco Radici-Morris joins us now from the Cronkite Weather Center with what we can expect.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Welcome to the Cronkite Weather Center. We're going to dive straight into that evening planner. So right around now, it's between the 87 and 86 degree mark. We're going to get down to 79 degrees by 10 p.m., so much cooler than what we've been used to. Looking at the lows, 59 degrees in Phoenix, but leading the way is the Colorado River City, 61 degrees Lake Havasu, 61 degrees in Bullhead City. But as we look up north, 25 degrees in Flagstaff, that's below freezing. Now, there is a storm on the horizon, particularly affecting the north part of the state. Flagstaff and Sedona might even see a little bit of snowfall during that period, but that storm is going to push out heading into the weekend. Now, looking at the highs, Phoenix 77 degrees, the Colorado River City is not far behind, 75 degrees in Lake Havasu, and looking up north, 45 degrees in Flagstaff, so much cooler than what we've been used to as of late. Looking at the 8-day forecast, we're going to see windy conditions on Friday, 77 degrees as a result of that storm. But heading into the weekend, we're going to see a rise, 82 degrees on Sunday. And looking into the next week, we're back into the 90s, 98 degrees on Wednesday, 98 degrees on Thursday. So whilst the cooler temperatures are here, make sure to go out and do something nice because that heat's back on its way. Back to you guys at the desk.
Coming up next, we are less than a month away until Election Day. Arizona is a crucial swing state this November.
With early voting already underway in many states, presidential nominees are trying to sway the undecided voters. After the break, the former president soon visiting Arizona, and more on the other politicians who will campaign in our state.
Two, one.
Coming up on the cut.
Coming up on the cut. Coming up on the cut.
How students can build their broadcast journalism portfolio with opportunities to learn more about on-air reporting and studio production.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram at @thecut_network and on X at @CutASU.
3, 2, 1. Cronkite News. Get real professional experience in areas such as reporting, broadcast editing, and behind-the-scenes production, such as technical director and audio.
Kill the mics.
Or go out in the field and cover important local stories
Learn and master the English language.
in a fun, welcoming atmosphere. Cronkite News. The future starts now.
Welcome back. I'm Keith Hall with your top headlines. There are just 19 days to go until the general election, and we have learned a lot from a former president will soon visit Arizona to campaign for Vice President Kamala Harris. Bill Clinton is set to campaign next Wednesday, according to the Harris campaign. He will visit Phoenix, though it's not clear where exactly he will speak. Clinton isn't the only former U.S. president to campaign in Arizona. Former President Barack Obama and President Biden will also make stops in Arizona in the coming days. Meanwhile, former President Donald Trump is delivering remarks tonight at a fundraiser in New York City. The former president is expected to continue campaigning over the next few days, with a town hall in Pennsylvania on Sunday and a rally in North Carolina on Monday. We are less than a month away from the November 5th election day. For more local election coverage, visit cronkitenews.azpbs.org. Phoenix broke another heat record this summer, with the temperatures reaching 100 degrees or higher for 113 days in a row, which is why the state is looking for solutions to environmental changes we are facing. Cronkite News reporter Ignacio Ventura joins us now from Arizona State University's downtown campus to tell us how ASU is adjusting to these changing times.
The institution updated its requirements affecting how students select their courses. According to the university, such an overhaul of the requirements had not occurred since the 1980s.
The General Studies Gold Standard went into effect in fall 2024 for newly admitted students. ASU professor Jose Lobo says the shift to sustainability equips students with essential skills and knowledge for their future careers.
After all, if we move towards sustainable development, we will be moving towards a world that's less unequal and that has less poverty.
ASU's foray into sustainability can be seen throughout the years, such as the introduction of the School of Sustainability and Zero Waste initiatives. ASU professor Milan Shrestha teaches courses that meet the new sustainability requirement.
Sustainability, again, is not about doom and gloom scenarios. We are motivated by a very much, I would say, real-world application and real-world solution.
Vice Provost for Undergraduate Education Ann Jones says members putting together the standards agreed with having sustainability as a requirement.
The sustainability requirement is one of that collection of interdisciplinary requirements. When the larger design group met, sustainability was actually the thing that people agreed on first. Everyone at ASU values our commitment to sustainability.
ASU sophomore Shayla Patel, who is majoring in conservation biology and ecology, says she appreciates the inclusion of this standard for the new students.
I personally think it's a really awesome idea because when people are exposed to sustainability, it's usually through education.
Of course, sustainability is one of the required categories, which also includes mathematics and social and behavioral sciences. In Phoenix, Ignacio Ventura, Cronkite News.
For your news across Arizona, Intel has announced it's cutting nearly 400 jobs here in the Valley. The cuts will come from the company's Octavia campus in Chandler. The layoffs are part of hundreds of layoffs across the country, as the company reportedly lost $1.6 billion in the second quarter. Heads up, Valley Metro users. Starting on October 28th, Valley Metro will no longer accept paper passes. Riders can either download the Valley Metro app onto their smartphone and purchase passes through the app, or riders can purchase a reloadable copper card at Circle K stores or online. Riders who have unused paper passes can attend a free fair event and receive credit for those passes. Sierra Vista is the most affordable place to live in Arizona. This is according to AZ Big Media. They compared over 190 Arizona zip codes, evaluating home values, rental costs, and property taxes. That's it for your top headlines. Sending it back to Lauren and Ryan at the desk.
Coming up next, long live the Eras Tour.
Taylor Swift's record-breaking tour is coming to an end. How did it end? Well, we will tell you where she is performing next and how many stops she has left.
Innovation at the Walter Cronkite School is pushing the boundaries of traditional journalism.
Storytelling has evolved over the years. This is part of that evolution.
Students in the Innovation and Entrepreneurship Lab are using emerging technology to create scenes in augmented and virtual reality, coding playable games, and bringing the audience into the story.
They're only limited by their imagination and their willingness to learn.
Find out more at cronkite.asu.edu.
Coming up on the cut.
Coming up on the cut.
Coming up on the cut.
How students can build their broadcast journalism portfolio with opportunities to learn more about on-air reporting and studio production.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram at @thecut_network and on X at @CutASU.
Welcome back. A copy of the U.S. Constitution is up for auction.
And it's expected to go for a lot of money. This copy was printed in 1787 and is one of the first copies of the U.S. Constitution that Congress sent to the 13 colonies for ratification. An appraiser discovered the historic document in a filing cabinet at a farm in North Carolina. As of this morning, bidding was at $1.1 million. It's the end of an era. Taylor Swift's record-breaking tour, the Eras Tour, is almost done.
The last leg of Taylor Swift's The Eras Tour starts tomorrow in Miami. The highest grossing tour of all time has just 5 stops left. After Miami, Swift heads to New Orleans, Indianapolis, and Toronto before ending in Vancouver. Swift kicked off the Eras Tour in Glendale back in March of 2023. And to commemorate the end of this era, Swift announced a book filled with photos and personal reflections about the tour. That's it for tonight's edition of Cronkite News. I'm Lauren Avenatti.
And I'm Ryan Posesnik. Thank you for joining us.